Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal, and it's not so normal most of the time on this show. But yeah, of course, we got Denise and Ron with us as always. Cameron will be running a little late,
And
uh,
Kiki.
getting back.
Since we
And
don't have Cameron here with the dog, we figured we'd bring Kiki up.
hey, that works.
As soon
Animals
as you
on
said-
the shows.
As soon as you said we're going live, she hopped right on my lap and said,
Ah,
I'm gonna get on
we got a
soon."
cat that's a ham,
Yeah,
She is.
she is.
She
She's
is.
a sweet girl.
That's how she found us.
and
She
it's a paranormal cat. It's black.
actually she's tortoise shell.
Tortoise.
Oh,
I can't
from
see
here
it on
she
the-
looks black. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can see
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
A good girl.
We
Well,
have
that's
two-
cool.
we have two torties and
That
Hello.
good-
brown
Bridget.
tabby, and then a yellow long-haired tabby.
Right,
So,
right.
Yep, Kiki loves everybody.
Especially if you come to our house, wear a tool belt. She'll be all over you like stink on shit. The plumbers, the washing machine repair guy, when he came in, he didn't see her,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Where's the cat?" And I said, "She'll be here." And within 5 minutes, there she was. She
Yeah.
was right there under his feet.
Yep, she
So-
will.
Right.
She'll remember you.
So
Right.
how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. Tammy's doing a lot better. She's up
Good.
here right now. She's cutting pie.
Well, that's
and
easy to
everything.
do.
She actually getting her arm up about like this
Okay,
and stuff, and can move it back and forth. So
good.
she's doing pretty good. It's just still painful at times and hard sleeping with it when she rolls over or does anything like that.
Yeah.
I bet.
So, but yeah, she's been. They're supposed to call her back for some more therapy, but they haven't called back yet, and that's normal for the hospital.
Yeah, especially that one.
Right.
I so we had a really good Thanksgiving. It was nice. It was quiet, which was good, and we had a decent time as far as that
Good.
goes. I mean,
Good.
there was no. I mean, it was just Leah and the kids, and Lauren and Becca, and us.
Everyone showed up really late.
Yep, everybody showed. So I'm back to adjusting my time to Lacey time, so that
Oh.
everybody shows up on time.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of my problems that really to Lacey time. Hold on. So that everybody shows up on time.
What are you doing?
Now I can see the chat, the other chat, so I can
Oh,
respond.
the other chat.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I brought
I
the
could
show
hear you
up.
before twice, but yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I brought up the show so you know we're
She
not
was
too far
Dicking
behind.
around with something.
Well, it's about a 20-second delay.
Yeah. So needless to say, I wanted to have it up so I could respond to somebody if they said something. But of course, they're only going to see it if they're on the Bill of Rights network, not wherever else it's airing. So
Right, right.
hello, Bridget. And so this week, so on Saturday, we went out and we went up to Overland Park to do Leah's grocery shopping.
Right.
And with the stroller in the car and the kids, I can't do mine. There's not enough room in the car for two families' groceries. So we go up there and we do the shopping. We're heading home. Get just past the bridge on 69 Highway, right past 167th Street. I'm in the fast lane. Some guy is in the slow lane. He's going about 65. And all of a sudden, something's in front of my car and I can't move. I have to drive through it.
Right.
Couldn't stop. There was cars behind me. Well, I thought it was a table or a chair. I didn't know what it was, small table, small chair, or something like that. It was actually one of those rolling carts, metal rolling cart like you have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was chrome. And that's the only thing I saw was chrome. I saw what it was today when I went into town and I came back and I got in the fast lane. There's nobody there at this point, so I can look and see. And it was one of those 3-tiered carts that I hit. And it messed up the passenger side of my car. And
it tore it up.
It sounded horrible.
Tore it up pretty good.
And of
Bumper's
course,
shot.
yeah,
That's gone.
the whole bumper has to be replaced. Plus the plastic under thing that For
Real-
the wheel well too.
yeah.
So, and I don't know if there's any other damage at this point, but
Oh, I'm sure there is.
yeah, like I said, I hit it. 5 people hit this thing, me and 4 other people.
Well, there shouldn't be much of it left.
I don't know what all they lost. See, that's the thing. I don't know how all this stuff got in the road, but like I said, this guy hit it
Probably just
next to me
Just
and
fell off and they didn't even
and-
know it.
it winged over in front of my car. So thank God nobody got hurt.
Right.
But tomorrow I get to go find out how much damage is done to the car. But on Sunday
Yeah.
morning, Ron and I were out there with scissors and wire ties trying to fix the car enough to where I can drive it. Because, the wind was pushing back this one piece that was flapping in the wind. The wheel
Right.
well got shredded. So we basically gave the shreds a haircut and wire tied one of the screw holes came out. So he just wire tied the wheel well to that. And then I cut the bumper off with a pair of scissors, where this black rubber plate piece was.
Right.
So it's not, it's not driving weird or anything, but I guarantee
No brake issues or anything like that. Because I'd be more worried about a brake line.
Yeah. And the police officer
Yeah, I
looked
didn't
under
see
the car.
anything leaking. Or...
Yeah, we have no leaks or anything. So, like I said,
Good.
I don't know what undercarriage damage there is, but there are little shreds of plastic in my engine compartment
Oh.
because of the wheel well.
Yeah.
It just came up. So, like I said, we fixed it enough to where I can drive it. I just don't want it. We were supposed to go out to Springfield this weekend, but I don't know until I get the assessment on what's wrong with the car. I don't want
Right.
to be more than 50 miles away from home
Oh no.
because that tow cost a whole lot more than the $75 tow here in town we did.
Right.
It
Hi,
was-
April, and hi, Ingrid. Ingrid Duquette.
Can you ask me where the last
Yes,
where I lost a thing for me? I need the bankruptcy paperwork.
Oh, I bet.
Oh,
What?
I have no clue, April.
I don't
How
either.
long ago was that?
Well, remember they moved, so it's
Which
probably,
move?
It's probably in a box.
Was it in the tent or back at the base?
I guarantee it was back when they lived at the house before this. If you know
On
the
the
Yeah,
base.
for paperwork for a new house.
I'd say, yeah, it might be with that paperwork from when you bought the house. I'd look.
If you
through
can't
it.
find it, you're going to have to go back to the court and get a copy of it.
Yeah, you'll have to
Yeah,
call
she
your
needs
lawyer.
it now.
Yeah, she needs it now because
Yeah.
they're getting the pre-approval on the house to buy a house in
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
Right.
So I'm sorry, April. I wish I could be more helpful.
I was gonna say after so many years,
They don't care.
it just drops off. I don't know how long ago.
Yeah, ours was
7 years, I think.
some are 7.
7 to 10.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just
On a
depends.
mortgage, it's probably 10.
Yeah. So, but
So,
yeah,
maybe
Thanksgiving was good up here.
you have a lot of people show up.
Not really, but Christine and her whole family had their Thanksgiving after we shut down here. We did all that, and then Friday or Saturday. Let's see, Saturday. We did it Friday night.
Yeah.
Friday night, we put up the Christmas tree in here, so Haven and Luke got to help put all the ornament, which would be Haven's first one that she would remember, being
Right.
around 2 years old. She had a blast.
Judy,
Oh, she had a blast.
Hey, Judy.
She had it in the
Bridget,
cars with us
Judy.
when we moved. Oh,
hello.
hi, Judy Myers.
That's my
Your sister.
I love you too.
That's funny because, okay, your last name was Myers,
Mhm.
right? I have a son whose last name is Myers,
Yeah, but Myers is so common.
and he lives in Ohio. So, yeah,
I have no clue who my Myers family are except for the ones that I actually know.
His name is Michael Myers. Matter of
Well,
fact.
we teased that we should name one of our kids Jason Michael Myers Pridemore just to piss people off.
My ex did. She named him Michael. And I was like, you can't do that. That's my brother's name. And so she's, oh, well.
Ingrid's in Ohio.
Oh, cool, Ingrid.
So
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of them probably on here. We're live over on Things Network at this time frame here. Also on the Bill of Rights Network and all the other channels you can find over at the Bill of Rights Network. But yeah, we had a good time up here. Did all that. Took the kids home last night, so now I got 2 days without them. Hooray!
yeah, but you love every minute spending with them.
Yeah, but I also love the next 48 to 50 hours that I don't have them. I can actually do stuff I need to get done, and I don't
Right.
have two little shadows under my feet.
I know.
Yeah.
I have those shadows too.
Yeah,
And now
The-
Clover just follows me everywhere like a little puppy dog.
yeah. That's
So-
that's what it is. I mean, Haven, she's 20. She's coming up on 2 years old, and she thinks she can do everything that Pop can do.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes she can. If I show her how to do it, she'll try her darndest. Right? Except the potty training part. She don't want yeah, she gave I took her home last night and was sitting there waiting for Mary to get home and stuff, and she walked by and I went, "Oh, you're ripe." Oh my God.
You know, isn't it fun?
Yeah. Well, she done that twice to me this week. So I had her go get her pull up, and I got the wipes and everything, and I was like, "Oh, little girl, you got to start telling us ahead of time."
Well, I got pissed on. You know, they always say better be pissed off than pissed on.
Yeah.
I got pissed on Thanksgiving by the baby. I
Yeah.
just had her diaper off and I was showing Leah her rash, how bad it had gotten.
Uh-huh.
And she peed right on me. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're getting a bath. So I just took her and gave her a bath, you know, because, you know, I couldn't keep pee on me too. So it's like,
Well, I almost did. I almost did Richie's famous thing there the earlier one she gave me over the weekend and everything. When I pulled that diaper off, I was like, "Oh my God, you need to go to the shower and just hold her up and hose her off."
Mhm.
Oh, it was bad.
That's what Ron's dad did. I mean, I'm serious. Ron's mom, she came home one time and the kids, Ron was running around with no pants on, and she had left. He had on pants. Well, Ron's dad took him outside with the hose and hosed him off and didn't put any pants on him and just let him run around. So it was all the time.
Yeah.
You said it.
Oh, I know.
Crystal Marie's offering you a couple kids, or offering you a kid for a day, for the 2 days that you don't have one.
Yeah.
You said you wanted Xylan the next couple of days, right? Yeah. No, I need 2 days off. Let me tell you.
He wants to celebrate Thanksgiving alone for a little bit.
I did. Well, I got home last night, stretched out in my chair, and went, "Oh my God, this is nice," and I'm tired.
Well,
I said, "I'm going to bed, and there's no kids in it. That's a plus."
So they like to sleep with you guys?
That's the only way I can get them to go to sleep.
Hmm.
I can take them in there and tell them both get in bed and go to sleep and go back in and sit down. They're sound asleep.
Yeah.
If I do that in another bed, they're sound asleep, and 30 minutes later, they'll be up there climbing in bed with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know what it is. They're missing mom and everything, because the way it's set up now, we have kids more than mom does. Right? Mom gets them from Monday night she got home at 8:30 last night. So she's got them then until Thursday night. At about 8 o'clock, she'll bring them up here. Right? Thursday until Monday night, I've got them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have them more than she does.
Yeah, but she has to work.
Well, yeah, but that's getting ready to change because the house she's living in, they got to find a different house. The foundation underneath of it's not that great, right? So she goes, well, we're getting ready to look in Cameron for a house. And I went, what? I said, you're going to expect me to get the kids on Thursday and then Friday morning drive Luke to Cameron to school and then come back to the restaurant and then drive and pick
Yeah.
him up and come back. I said, that crap
No
ain't
way.
happening.
No, if she does that,
No.
she's gonna have to find someone else to watch those kids.
That's
I know it.
that's too much
That's the
driving.
bad part about it.
and that's hard for the kids. They're used to you guys.
Yeah, it's back too much back and forth.
Right.
It's
And
either
I
that
told
or they
her.
just change their address to your address so they can go to school in Gavelton.
Well, that's I got to blame them. That's what's going to end up happening and everything.
Don't tell them
Because, you
because
know,
school districts don't like that.
school district up here can kiss mine. You know
Right.
what?
Yeah, but I mean, the only she can
The
just say,
school district in Hamilton right now don't like me. So,
"Well, I knew that." How's
oh,
Cat?
they really don't like me now. I had a nice conversation yesterday morning when I took Luke down to get on the bus and I went by the school. Had a nice little chat with the principal. Luke, when we got him Wednesday night, Mary had got him from school, come by a couple hours later, he had bruises on his arm.
Somebody grabbed him, huh?
The bullies, the twin brother bullies in his class. Now, this is in
Wow.
kindergarten, mind you,
Wow.
and this ain't the first time. So I told the principal, I said, what are we going to do about this? I showed her pictures on the phone. I said, this is unacceptable, completely unacceptable.
Right.
And she goes, well, we'll do an investigate. I said, no, you're not going to investigate in it. You're going to do something right now. Well, we can't do it right now. And I said, that's fine. I'm not going to see the superintendent. I'm making a phone call to the president of the Hamilton School Board. And she went,
All the damn kids.
she goes,
5-year-old.
and what are you going to do there? And I said, you know Jesse Green? She goes, yeah, president of the school board. I said, yeah, that's my niece. Thank you. She owns the Hamilton Bank. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And she went, okay, I'll call the boys up here. So I got to see these twin little boys. Me and Luke brought them up to the office. And I so nicely told them, don't lay another hand on him, or you will see me and I will see your parents. And we will get this straightened out one way or the other in this school. And I told the principal, I said, you tell the teacher, get off her lazy ASS and pay attention to these kids out on the playground. That's where it's happening at.
Yeah, when nobody's watching.
Yeah, and you know what? It needs to be stopped right now too before
They go
they
further.
get older. It'll get a lot worse.
Well, it needs to get stopped right now because Luke's only going to put up with so much of it. And I'm
Right.
going to tell him, turn around and deck them.
Right.
You know, you can't. Hello, Chrissy. But yeah, you can't. Kids can't be doing that. We got enough problems in our school districts now and everything.
Yeah, the parents are a
So-
big enough problem. You don't need the kids being problems too.
Right.
I mean, that's the reason.
Especially in kindergarten.
Yeah, I tell you, I wanted to be a early childhood education teacher, and I was going to school for that. And then I was like, I love the kids. I can't stand the parents.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I stopped doing daycare. Well, I stopped doing daycare for 2 reasons. One, it wasn't lucrative, and 2, we had an agreement that when the last kid went to school, I would get a job. Well, that last kid went to school, and I got a job, and I'm still in that job, which is funny.
Yeah, Crystal, I know. Zyland's over there is calling me BBs. He hears my voice or he sees me and it's BBs.
Well, that's okay.
He knows my real name, but he has to call me BBs all the time.
Well, Ruby thinks you're the wise old elf, so.
Hey, that's fine. You know, I don't care. As
I know.
long as the kids recognize me and have fun with it, I don't care.
Yeah.
They can call me a lot of names, just don't call me late for supper.
But you have to admit, you do look like the wise old elf.
Mm-hmm. I do.
So it's
Well, just wait in a couple weeks. This is all going to change.
what are you gonna do? Diet?
I'm
Or
thinking
shave it.
about it.
Diet?
I'm going to diet, and if I don't like it, then I'm going to shave it.
Diet purple?
No. Nope. That ain't happening.
Natural color?
It's going to match my hair. I don't have gray in my hair, so.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one thing on our family. We don't have gray in our hair.
Huh.
My hair will never go gray. It'll never. Now, my brother, he takes off over part of the family that had the blondish hair and stuff, and his was white
Yeah.
when he was born, and then turned yellow, blonde, and now it's shortened up. I can't tell what color it is.
I tell you, if my hair went white, I'd be fine. Because platinum is nice. It's the gray I can't stand. And
Gray doesn't bother me. The salt and pepper doesn't bother me that much. I'm getting too much in it. Right
It does.
Oh, it's getting.
Yeah.
It's getting gray.
It gets grayer the longer it gets.
It does. I can
Yeah.
shave it off short, and you can't hardly tell it.
Right. I was gonna say I didn't even really notice that much.
Oh yeah, it
Now,
really
now
does.
you can. Now you can.
Yeah, it's getting. I mean, it's about 2 inches long. So
April, Richie needs to cut the beard off because he looks younger without it than he does with it.
he needs to diet. Come on,
Nah.
have some fun with it. He's young enough.
You know, I mean, with his job and stuff, I know.
That's true. That
I
is
just think-
so true.
Richie still looks so young that I think it's a waste of dye. But I know
Well-
shaving in that cold weather sucks. So at
Well,
least he's
Cameron
got
gets
some
back
more-
on. If Cameron gets on here tonight, if he gets home in time, his has really grown back fast.
He's taking that black seed oil.
Yeah, his beard is mine plus, I think, and everything. Now his hair, it's about like that, but his beard just took off like crazy.
Maybe because those are all his wild hairs.
Right. So did you guys see the any of the news on the shooting up there at Michigan at school?
No, I heard about it on the radio. They didn't have much for details when I first heard it.
Yeah, I got on Facebook and it was live just 20 minutes after they got the call and stuff. And let me tell you,
They said they got
they really, I got to give the first responders credit. They showed up in mass.
Good.
We're talking 4 to 6 people were injured, right? They had a total of 8 ambulances there, and they flew in 2 medical helicopters
So nobody's
to be
died yet?
ready. To be ready. Nobody got killed. They got the person in custody,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
but yeah, about 60 miles outside of Detroit,
Yeah,
in a
that's
state where they don't want you to have guns.
well.
Right.
The thing about Michigan is that it's changed so much. It's not all Democrat anymore like it used to be. It's not
Yes.
run by the unions anymore.
No, but it's still Democratic run state. You got
Not-
Whitmer up there.
Well, but again, did she win legitimately?
Who knows? Who knows?
The lady I
I
had on,
guarantee you, Trump won Michigan too. That's a cheating state.
Yep.
Then they were cheating like crazy, especially in Detroit.
And did you see Dr. Oz is running for U.S. Senator
Is he?
in
For what?
Pennsylvania
Huh?
is he running
as a conservative Republican?
Yeah, I thought he was.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then he's going to piss off Oprah.
Oh, ain't he though?
So,
Yeah,
You
he
know
was
what?
appointed by Trump and did a lot with Trump.
You know what's really strange? Is when I was growing up, Oprah was shorter and fatter. I don't know how she got taller, but yeah.
Oprah went from fat to skinny to fat to skinny to skinny to skinny to skinny to fat. And
Well, the
back
thing
and
is what people don't know is that she was
I
on our
thought she
news.
got
She was on our
fat
news.
to chubby,
all the
and back
time.
to fat and
Mhm.
chubby, and
Yeah, she was on with Jerry Turner on Baltimore News.
Right.
That's where she got started at. And she did Dialing for Dollars in the mornings and stuff. And I don't remember her looking like she does now. I mean, I know it's been 45 years. Okay. I know that. But I remember when she started her talk show and I'm going, she doesn't look like the same person that did our news.
Right. I may be laughing. They got gremlins playing on the TV up here.
Oh,
Yeah. And the evil ones are just now, they was up at the bar with the cigarettes in their mouth and the whiskey bottles.
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait.
Doing all that.
I love it when they sing.
That movie is hilarious.
When they sing Hi Ho, when they go to
Yeah.
watch Snow White in the theater. I
Yeah.
love that. And Stripe, oh, he's evil little booger.
Yeah. The
And
Our
gremlins in the
kids just
bar.
laugh their butts off.
My sister Donna named her cat Gizmo
Oh, yeah.
back in the day. So, yeah, apparently that movie had something to do with our family.
That tells you how old we are. Gremlins.
Yeah, we saw
That
it
was
in
what?
the
Early
80s.
80s?
Maybe. I have no clue.
In
I
the
bet
80s.
it is.
So, Gremlins 2 wasn't as good.
No. The originals are always better than the
Except
second and
for
third one.
the third one of Back to the Future was as good as the first.
Right.
The
right.
second one sucked.
Yeah.
So I could have done without that one. But I mean, I saw them all. So let's see.
This is way back in the 80s. Yeah. I can tell that. But, yeah. So, any news in the
84.
paranormal you've heard about or anything?
Well, on my show last night, I had on Jennifer Potter.
Costume.
Yeah,
Right.
costumes. You can't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Gremlin,
Gremlins.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was 1984. So that was the year we got married. And so we had her on, and they told us about a paranormal conference that's coming to Atchison December
May.
or May
13th.
May
13th
13th and
and
14th. So Katie Stafford's going to be there. Sarah Lemos. Didn't they say Cindy Kaza?
Yeah, Cindy.
So
Cool.
Where's it? It's in Atchison.
it's going to be in
but-
multiple places within Atchison.
Okay.
So
Oh, really?
So I'm going to assume the McIntyre Villa is going to be one of them. They haven't said anything about the Sally House. And there's a couple other places that if they can get into would be great. I wish I could get them into the
Peppermill?
no, it's not. It's back called the River House again.
Is it open again?
Yeah, it's open again. So hopefully we could get them in there. So we used to do tours there.
Back called the River House.
Hi, Reba and Savannah. And
Hey, Reba, Savannah.
Hi.
Paul. I know Paul's got to be around somewhere.
He's probably wrong.
So, but yeah, it's so
That's
we're looking forward
a
to.
really good place.
Yeah, we're looking forward
The old
to
Pepper
finding
Mill.
out more about that. So,
So, how are they going to do a paranormal conference at all these different locations?
more than likely,
I don't
what
know.
they'll do is they will have a centralized location for vendors and stuff, which more than likely will be. My guess would be the college or the Benedictine sisters.
Yeah.
The chamber has an area there in the old school there that they do stuff. And
Who's running it? Was it?
Katie Stafford
Okay.
and Katie. So Katie and Katie. I love you too, Paul. And so needless to say, it's it'll be interesting because I like Cindy Kaza.
Yeah.
Sarah Lemos, I don't know her. She's
Just from the show.
She's from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
Most of Morgan City.
Morgan City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's also been on some other shows as well. Who was on what with
Uh-oh.
I don't remember which show she was on, but she was in a show to help a family. And I
Right.
think it was
It wasn't very
what show was it? Kindred Spirits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They used her. They used Cindy Kaza as
Yeah.
well, and so it'll be interesting
Because they're out west.
to see them together. And of course, my guest last night, Jennifer, is going to be there, and she lives up in Virginia, up by Washington D.C. And her husband is a veteran. 9 tours, seven to 9 tours in
I didn't talk to her.
Afghanistan. I was
Wow.
telling you last night, and so he's getting ready to get his 20-year pin, and he's going to get out because he's afraid of what his bosses might tell him to do. We know who his
Yeah.
boss is,
Yeah, we know. We know exactly who he is.
so
But
needless to
yeah.
say,
He's so crap.
yeah.
And I bet you if they do that, the vendors in a central location and have all the talkers at different locations, I bet they use the trolley up there.
You know, is it running? I mean, that's the thing. It was always broke down. I mean, it kept breaking down.
There are 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, when I was
They did get a newer one.
yeah, but they still didn't use it. So
Oh yeah, they
Or
did.
maybe they'll have it fixed by then.
I don't know. I mean, it helps that Larry's not driving anymore, hitting curbs
Right.
and cars, and I know Cindy's not driving the bus because she backed into a couple things. I mean, she backed into a pole once. Wow.
Hey, Howard, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Hi, Howard. So, needless to say, it'll be interesting to say the least. I just don't know what kind of. I just wonder if they're going to kind of say something about me and Ron if we show up, the chamber.
Hey, what can they say?
What?
You were invited by the person that's organizing the paraconference.
They probably got rid of everybody by now.
Well, right now, Maria's not there anymore. Mary Jane, I'm still friends with on Facebook, and she
Yeah.
sent me a message asking us to come back, and I said no.
No, they got no reason to go up there.
I don't want to.
Why would I do tours on an
Yeah.
old house? I'm not a
tell you-
real estate agent.
You know,
Hey, there's-
honestly,
and talking
I
about Howard down there, that's somebody you need to get a hold of, Denise, and get on your show. Very informative man. He's out of Louisiana. He's got a paranormal team down there in Louisiana and stuff, and he's in the medical health field, I believe.
Oh, does it? I'm okay.
I think you told us about it. You
But
told us about it
he's
before.
got some real good. He does a couple of shows over here on Things Network and stuff. He does a P3 dish, which is kind of like our not so
'cause I
normal.
had-
But
well,
he does
remember,
have
I had
a
on,
show, and he's been on.
Yeah, and I had what?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, what was her name the other day?
He's in mental and medical both.
Yeah, but you know what? We know people in the mental field that have pissed me off.
I don't think Howard will.
Okay,
Howard
the
is
thing
Howard's
is,
different than who we know.
see, I'm
right?
not closed-minded like some of those people in the
No.
medical field.
Howard, I'll tell you what, Ron would get along with Howard. When they get on the Petri dish, it goes from anything and everything, right?
And I mean, I had his
Yes,
producer-
Howard.
What's the name?
We need to get down to Louisiana anyway. We haven't been down there in a while.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he's down in, I believe, Lafayette. If I
Oh, okay.
remember right, and stuff. Yeah, he's part of the Things Network whole group up there. Been on the shows, got shows.
Yeah, LSU.
Really smart man, and he's got
Adrian.
a good story to tell. And I won't go into it because I want
Okay.
Howard to
No.
get a hold of you and tell you the story.
Well, Howard send me a friend request. Denise Price.
Howard, are you a LSU fan?
Hey, Howard, do you want a link to come on here so you can talk to Denise? Because Cameron ain't on here yet, and we're
Hey.
just killing time.
Because I know I talked to Adrian on my show 2 weeks ago, or just over a week ago, and she told me that I have to be careful with Howard because she loses control of the show all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah, Howard, if you want, I can send you a link and you can come on here. He's a hilarious man. I love his accent. He's got the
Adrian?
Louisiana accent.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna be coming on. I gotta get on Facebook and find him real quick.
I know
and
that
send him a link.
I know that I deal with a lot of people out of Louisiana, so I'm used to the accent. because our main office used to be in Monroe.
Uh-huh.
Now it's all Denver.
Yeah, LSU got a new football coach today,
Did they?
Brian Kelly.
Oh, is that
He
good?
left Notre Dame.
Yeah, get over
Crazy
here.
stuff.
Howard,
If
I'm
anyone's out,
seeing,
college football fans, it's been a crazy day or a crazy week so far, especially with all the college coaching changes.
I just gotta get some more to drink.
Howard, I just sent you the link over on your Facebook page. Hello, Donna. Yeah, we'll get Howard on here, and I tell you what, he's a fascinating man. I got to talk to him when we did our private test session with all the main people of Things Network when Paranormal Nation was asked to join and talk to them, and
Mm-hmm.
been on the show a couple times. I was on 13th Dimension here 2 weeks ago, and that was real great. Great show there. So we've got a lot of great shows over here on Things Network.
I hear something funny.
Yeah, what's up?
The Oklahoma's head coach, Lincoln Riley, left and took the USC job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, he had a bunch of demands that he wanted for his contract. They're going to buy him a $6 million house. Of course, this is in LA. That ain't that big a deal.
Oh, Twitch, Twitch just shut me off.
Why?
I don't know.
We're talking college football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. Twitch can do it. I'm tired of Twitch anyway.
Yeah.
They make
Every
me
time
sick.
we play a music video that we have permission and we can show it on the phones where we have permissions from,
Right.
right? They want to shut us down. Anyway, folks, let's bring Howard on.
Hey, how y'all are?
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Howard, this is Denise and Ron Pridemore
How you doing?
How you doing?
and stuff. She has her show over at WBH.
WBHM-DB.com. It is the network that is Fate magazine.
You got to send me that because you lost me. I mean, I can't even say my ABCs. I can't get past D, and it's all. I'm done had problems with it. It's all over with.
Right.
Might as well just call it a night right there.
Right. But no, we was talking earlier and everything about Things Network and you popped in and I was like, you would be an excellent guest. I've been on Denise's radio show and everything. You would be, because of your story and everything, especially about your daughter and everything like that and the paranormal. I didn't get into it. I was going to let you tell her. But, I mean, her listeners, stories like that, they get in, they listen.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, right now I'm doing the Giving Tuesday thing. I'm trying to raise money right now for Giving Tuesday, and then with COVID and everything, money is tight with everybody. So donations right now are really low with that kind of stuff. So anybody out there who's giving out, remember your charities. Give what you can, and all causes are good causes. I don't say not one. I don't prefer one over the other, but all causes are good causes. It's what you believe in. My story actually begins October 22nd, 2019. Actually, in July, my daughter came to me and gave me some great news that she was going to be a mommy.
Oh,
And I was excited, and I was going to be a first-time grandfather. Well, when you find out when a woman becomes pregnant, they take you off all your medications. You aren't on anything anymore. They regulate everything, and so happens my daughter was suffering from schizophrenia. She had PTSD because she was raped when she was younger. She had social anxieties, and she was manic depressive. Well, with her being taken off her schizophrenia medication, I went around and she started with full-blown auditory hallucinations about 2 weeks after she was taken off.
That's not good.
And she was just walking through the yard. The government was coming to get her. She had voices in her head nonstop. There was 5 or 6 voices. It was all negative all the time. I went to hospitals. I went to doctors. I've done whatever. I mean, wherever I can go to get her treatment, she was turned away.
Because
and
she
it
was
was
pregnant?
because she was pregnant.
Hmm.
And in our state, it's sad, but mental facilities have the right to refuse you for any cause, any reason. If you're wearing a white T-shirt, a brown belt, they can tell you, sorry, we just can't accept you. But the main cause is because you putting a pregnant woman in a facility with mental patients, and something was to happen to that pregnant woman while she's in there, it's a liability and it's a massive lawsuit.
Right.
So instead of dealing with the paperwork, they'd just rather go ahead and just deny you, just send you down the road. And that's sad. So I'm working on legislation right now and passing our state to try to stop that. But when my daughter was suffering from it, on October 22nd, 2019, I was going to the grocery store. And I was going no longer about an hour, hour and a half. And the last words my daughter was telling me, I couldn't hear her right away. And she was standing on my porch, and I was by the car, and she was like, eh. I said, what? And she yelled, the baby's hungry. And she was just rubbing her stomach. So that means, I had to pick up junk food and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I got home, and my son, I told my son, he's autistic. He's right now he's 29 years old. He's autistic. He's got the mind of a 12-year-old. I told him to go find his sister and tell her that we have her stuff and see if this is what she wanted. And because she wanted to stay home because she had social anxiety, she wouldn't go anywhere. He walked towards her bedroom. She wasn't in her bedroom, but he looked into the bathroom and he screamed at me. He said, Daddy, I think Jessie's trying to hurt herself. So I said, what? And I walked into the bathroom. That's where I found her. She hung herself in our bathroom. She was in the second trimester of pregnancy at the time. I cut her down, started CPR. My head, when I seen her, I knew she was gone. But being a single parent, the heart says go.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And I stayed on. I worked on it until sheriff's deputies had to pull me off of her. So that's what I did for her. Right after that, I had such an outpouring of people contacting me, letting me know their stories of how they lost loved ones, similar fashion. I mean, it wasn't so much as in a hanging or anything. It was just suicide.
Right.
And it was because they couldn't get care, right?
They couldn't get help. I mean, that's not just in my state. It's
everywhere.
It's not in just in the United States. It's across the world.
Yeah.
Pregnant women are not being treated. And to me, that would be one of the first things you want to do because that's our mothers. I mean, hell, if that was my mom, I would want her to get treatment,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's what you have to do. We have to take care of our mothers. And I can't believe the way women are being treated in that fashion. It's Stone Age,
There's got to be something that they can take because I know that there are a lot of young ladies out there that are pregnant. I mean, my daughter watches Young and Pregnant, and there's a girl on there that's off her meds and she's pregnant, and every time, and she's like her 5th kid at this point. And
exactly, but it's where you're located. See, we're down here in the South, and I hate to say this, it's depending on what region you're living in. These doctors, once they get that diploma and it's on the wall and they're OBGYNs or whatever physician or medical, they feel like that's it. I've already got my license. They don't go back and brush up. A lot of them don't brush up on what's new techniques, new medications out there and stuff like that.
Those are bad doctors. Because
exactly.
I know my OBGYN. Well, I helped put him through school. Let's go say that because his father was my doctor. Now the one I have is the son of the, and he's always telling me about new stuff. So that's where they're lacking. They need to know.
Right, but you also got to remember now, by being a bad doctor, why they're bad doctors. I mean, and they feel like they have to do this. a lot of these young women that are pregnant now, a lot of them are just starting out in the world. They're young. They don't have insurance. So they usually get on Medicaid, and that's what Medicaid usually pays for. Is these doctors,
Mhm.
they'll take them in by the truckloads and just,
Right.
it's like a sandwich factory or whatever. You know, it's just like a conveyor belt. They just rush them through
Yeah,
these
that
patients.
is sad. I mean, because my daughter has now had 2 kids on Medicaid, and I have to say we lucked out in Kansas. We lucked out that she didn't have anything. And my daughter has social anxiety. She has some PTSD. She doesn't like being, but she's not schizophrenic. So I have to say that. But I hope you can do something.
I've been at it for I've actually got the foundation up and running. I got all the paperwork in January of 2020.
What is the foundation name?
Jessica Marie Petrie Foundation. We're accredited. If you Google us, you could find. Hell, we even on Yelp. We're all over the place, man. Right now, I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm trying to get this thing because of the programs I want to implement to help women. I do have 2 healthcare systems that are looking at us right now, so hopefully one of them will pick us up and I can actually do some good.
Well,
But right now, I'm just doing this on my own. The donations that I'm getting right now are usually the biggest part for the donation part for us is I'll go around and I'll drive in New Orleans, and if I see homeless pregnant women on the side of the road, the first thing I do is get them something to eat.
yeah.
And then I ask them what's their problem, because that's the biggest thing, the homeless pregnant women. They don't have no chance of anything. They don't have any insurance. They have no place to live or anything. And there's a couple of questions you have to ask yourself when you see a homeless pregnant woman. Why is she pregnant? I mean, why is she homeless? Of course, we know why she's pregnant. Why is she homeless?
And we probably know how she got pregnant.
Right. And
Yeah.
why is she homeless? Well, if it's drugs, let's call it for what it is. If it's drugs, then she's self-medicating for something. Something's
Right.
wrong.
Right. We got to get help because it affects the baby. It affects
Right.
her. Everything,
And
And-
more than likely, when she has that baby, it's going to be taken from her.
And
Exactly.
it'll be an addict too.
There's only 2 choices for that woman to have when she's out on the street like that. One is to go to a charity hospital where she'll deliver, she'll get the baby taken away from her, they'll go into foster care, and she'll go into what they call a Grace House, which is down here. It's a house for women. They give them about 3 months to get their stuff straight, and if they don't, they're out the door,
Mm.
and they're back to where they began. Where they
Yeah.
first came off the street. And the second choice is for them to actually have the baby on the street. So that's not a good choice either.
No.
So that's what we're trying to prevent.
Well, you're doing God's work.
Yeah.
And, anybody out there listening, this is Giving Tuesday, like he said. Jessica Marie Petrie Foundation. Search it online and give.
And we're on
That's right.
Facebook. We have a Facebook page. I'm trying to create an email of a regular page where you can go down and look at it on Google or whatever. And I got 2 guys that's working on that, and they're doing it for free, but I don't want to push them, but it's like these
Takes
2 guys are idiots. They're idiots. I'll call it what it is. They're idiots.
Right.
So they're trying. I'm not going to say, I appreciate the help though. They're good guys. But yeah, I mean, if you don't give to my foundation, just give to someone. Suicide prevention, children. Well, children, definitely children. I mean, anything, children with cancer, just homeless children, anything. Just help somebody.
Right. Right. And then now on the paranormal part, you're part of Paranormal Swamp
Investigation, correct?
Right.
Do you investigate swamps?
Yeah, I do.
I wouldn't doubt that some of them are really creepy down there.
I got my white shrimp boots. Hell, I got my Sunday going to church shoes. Yeah, man, hell.
But, after church we need to eat, so you You better be out there.
I do good. I do cook. And y'all up in Kansas, and we was just there in September.
Yeah.
We went to go to the temple in
We went
Salina.
to Salina.
Oh,
Oh, you went to the Paracount out there?
yeah. Like I said, we went the
Yep.
other direction. We went to Illinois that weekend. And it seemed like every time we
Yeah, we
turned
had a
around,
camp out.
somebody, it was either that,
Our annual camp out.
yeah. It seemed like everything happened all at the same time. Every time somebody said something, it's like, we're busy that weekend. We're busy that weekend. September 25th was worse. I mean, we had a wedding.
Oh, we had
We had 15 invites for stuff
20
Wow.
things to do that day.
and ended up doing one. So
Well, I'm trying to get to Indiana. Well, I was planning on trying to get to Indiana this week, but I'm shooting. I'm going to be in a movie, so I am an actor now. Yay! Put that on my dossier.
what movie are you going to be in?
It's a Dateline movie. It's from NBC Dateline.
Okay.
It's the name of the show. It's called the movie's called There's Something About Mary or Pam or Mary. I gotta go back and look.
There's Something About Mary is already a movie.
Well, there's Something About Pam. I think the name of it is, and it's starring Renee Zellweger.
Oh, okay. I saw something about that.
And I'm gonna be in that movie. I'm gonna be a cameraman. Yay!
Oh, maybe I
Awesome.
saw that
Awesome.
already.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to show my butt in that movie.
Oh, you sure? Well,
So what's the weather down there where you're at in Louisiana, Howard?
I don't know. It's freezing down here. I'm outside right now. It's
That's
57
right, I got a cold
degrees.
front.
Oh, it's 57 down there. We're at 53 up here.
It's kind of cool out here. And I've been
Yeah.
working my yard. That's why I'm looking the way I am. Matter of fact, I just walked into the house and I grabbed the phone and I was looking through it and I said, "Oh, let me look at this."
Yeah.
And
Air says it's 49 and we're getting a light rain. It's yucky.
Yeah.
And I'm south of Carl, so we're
Right.
we're in the
We're about an hour and a half away
Right.
from each other up here.
yeah. And so the company I work for is out in Monroe, Louisiana.
okay.
Yeah, I work for CenturyLink.
Okay.
Whoever we are today.
Yeah, whoever you are today, right?
Keeps changing names.
Which company?
Yeah. So
But
28 years with all these different companies.
But Carl was asking me about the my paranormal side. I am a paranormal investigator. I'm an ordained minister, pastor, paranormal investigator, and a demonologist.
Mhm.
I've also let's see. I have 3 podcasts. Well, 2 of them is mine, and one of them I'm a co-host on. Of course, I have the Paranormal Swamp Talk, the Petri Dish, and on Saturdays, which I hate doing this on Saturdays. Man, we're the only show on Saturday.
I
Is
bet.
the Para Informant with Blake. And he's a good guy. I mean, he's learning the ropes and everything. So he's young at it, and I just decided to help him out and co-host with him. And hopefully he'll build his brand up and he'll be able to have a good following.
So what
Well,
days are your show? We know Saturday.
Saturday, Wednesday at 8:00 is Paranormal Swamp Talk Central Time, and Thursday at 7 is the Petri Dish Central
Yeah.
Time.
Right.
And I believe this week, tomorrow we have Jesse from D's Ghost. He's a guy who builds a lot of tech stuff, a lot of ghost haunting equipment. He's coming on Wednesday, and on Thursday I have Dana Holyfield coming back. Her father was the guy who actually first filmed the Honey Island Swamp Monster.
Oh, okay.
So she's a very interesting woman. Her story is interesting. Her grandfather's an amazing man. I've seen some of the clips that was captured, and wow, it just blows your mind out of the water. But the serious show was done last week with her, so her coming on the Petri Dish, oh goodness, it's like Carl was saying earlier. The Petri Dish is not your average show. I rated it NC-17. There is an NC-17 rating.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, it's just a blow off steam, basically. We might start off talking about you, and then by the end of the show, we're talking about what color underwear I'm wearing, or we might even be taking off my underwear. I don't know. It goes from 0 to 60, and it's like a fat kid in a candy store that didn't take his Adderall. I'm just all over the place.
Well, that's
That's
why we
sometimes how
call
we-
this Paranormal Nation Radio Not So Normal. On Denise's network, she can't go into what's going on in the country and life and everything like that.
we stick
I
to the
told her, I
paranormal.
said, you come here, you and Ron, voice your opinions out there. You know, this is what it's all about because we're all Americans, we're all patriots. We got to get everything done right and stuff. But we do talk paranormal on here once in a
Yeah,
while.
we do, and mostly, and like I said, it's not that I can't talk about it on the network, but Kat prefers that I
Right.
don't because of Fate magazine being on that network. And
Well, that and everybody gets to
Yeah.
see you live on here. Yours is done on Spreaker.
yeah,
Spreaker.
yeah, mine's only audio,
Yeah.
so they can't see my resting bitch face.
I don't know about that. I mean, the only thing I barely watch the news anymore because I've gotten to the point with the news, it gets me sick to my stomach.
It's not
I mean,
even news.
You know,
I-
it's opinion.
It's not news anymore. It's just
Agenda.
it's all bullshit. So
Yeah.
now I don't even watch it. And then I have my news feed that comes through on my phone, and I seen where uh now it's Kamala Harris and Miss Obama there.
Yeah.
They might be the next candidates to be running for president and all this. I said, oh my God.
That
What
gets
is-
worse.
Mm.
What are they
So-
haven't learned anything yet.
So
Mm-mm.
would
They haven't figured out no one likes that Kamala
so
or
and,
Kami.
and is
Nobody. I don't even think her husband likes her.
did Michelle get some of that fixed?
She's not a
so where she
likable
could be a
person.
woman?
Do what
Here's
now?
Cameron finally making it in.
No, did Michelle finally get all that stuff?
Hey,
fixed?
Cameron, how you doing?
Down below.
Howard, this is my other co-host, Cameron
No,
Bates.
that's fine.
Cameron, this is Howard Petrie down here.
Wow,
Nice to
Cameron,
meet you,
you look,
Howard.
you look
Man, he feels like he's doing like I am, man. That's what I do on some of my shows. I just sit down there. I don't give a shit. I mean,
Well, so they put my appointment an hour away from where I live in normal traffic. Had to go and pick up a prescription. Hour and a half drive to the pharmacy, and then I get told that my insurance needs to update my eligibility. This is all work comp crap. And try to go get a prescription, and I sit there for 45 minutes. What's going on? You gonna let me know anything? I had other crap to do today. I got none of it done. Still haven't eaten. I've had a taco today. That's it. So I'm ready to violently assault anybody at any point in time. Right now, I just want to put my hands around somebody's throat and watch the light just slip away.
the only thing I can say about that is, I guess it's welcome to the new America. You know,
I've been dealing with this shit for 3.5 years. You think by now they'd be like, he needs prescription card regularly. Anytime we update shit, we need a prescription card to him. State of Texas law, if you do not do a settlement, which Texas doesn't do settlements, you have to cover the injury for the life of the worker. So it should not be this damn hard to get my medicine.
Did you get blood pressure medicine too?
Oh, it was high today.
I got some of my Lisinopril.
Oh, did you get your medicine?
Carl,
No.
I think
Nope.
Cameron needs some hunting therapy.
Yes, he does. I know. I gotta
Just don't go to
get
any
down there
doctors.
again.
Just stay away
Anyway,
from doctors.
Cameron,
You have
They're
no
always-
Howard
you get
is
any
from
baby.
Louisiana.
Oh, you're in my neck, well, close to my neck of the woods.
Yeah, he's north of New Orleans.
Ruth is talking about they had a school shooting.
Yeah, the school
Is that
shooting.
the same
Talking
one?
about.
Now they're reporting 3 dead out of that school shooting today.
The question
Yeah.
is that have they done their homework? Are they reporting for real?
Did you see
I
that there was a
don't know.
15-year-old sitting in jail because she refused to do her homework?
No, I hadn't seen that one.
I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it pop up today when I was at work, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
It says
Well, let's go ahead and confirm that.
says 8 are hurt now. 8 and one's a teacher.
Oh, we lost Howard. He may have lost off his phone. No, he's back.
Okay. So
Yeah, I lost it.
Yeah, that's all right, brother.
Let's see. I'm just
Cameron's
trying to read
looking
some of this
some
stuff.
up. So
Somebody was calling in on me. That's what it is. They called in the
Oh,
law
was it?
on me.
Yeah, I saw that. And the suspect is only 15 years old in this school shooting.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, there's actually a 15-year-old that was incarcerated for not doing her homework.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. This one I talked about earlier, it's up there just south of, well, around Detroit, 60 miles away.
But you know what the problem is with all that, right? They took away corporal punishment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said,
exactly.
beat that ass.
That's
Got my
right.
ass beat. Got
Yeah.
my
My
ass beat.
parents did.
Yeah.
I believe in public hangings.
I do too.
You want to deter crime?
Public hangings,
And
the
charge money
guillotine,
for it.
and tar and feather.
Oh, how about squad, shooting squad? I
Yeah,
can't remember
firing
what
With the
it's
squad.
prices of ammo right now, I can't justify
Yeah.
it.
They do public
Good one.
hangings,
called. Rocks.
charge money for it.
Price for anything, to be honest with you.
Right.
True.
Not for
Well, see, you can hang them and you can
Protection.
use all American made products. We can get a rope made in America.
Damn right. There's
The
a
lumber you can cut down in your local area.
Sergeant Knott's is a veteran-owned company.
That's right. So,
You
yeah.
forgot I'm from Louisiana. You don't have to necessarily use a rope, for one.
No.
That's
And
if we're
two,
trying to
you
hide
can
the
always
body.
reload your own shells.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you know what?
That's
You got
true.
a lot of forks. Fork can kill somebody just as easily
Yeah,
as anything
shootings
else.
would be nice.
I'd rather just load a cannon up with whatever the hell you want to. Put it like 10 feet in front of them and overload the gunpowder charge and just let whatever you decide. You can load it with a bunch of dildos. And the force that's coming out, it's going to kill them.
Yeah.
That is
Chrissy
probably
might like that. Chrissy, that's some business for Chrissy. Chrissy, you still in here?
I can see that on their tombstone. Killed by dildo.
Oh. Like I told you,
You
it
didn't
turns
see it
into
coming
not
or
so
going.
normal.
it's only because I show up.
Hey, we have a great time, don't we, Cameron?
Oh, yeah.
Cameron, I thought your beard was going to be longer than Carl's. He said that. I don't think so. It looks
It's
like
not.
you clipped.
Yeah.
How long is it? Mine is about 2 inches.
I'm at about an inch and a half.
Ah.
I
Man
like
up.
Chad's idea.
Man up.
I could drop them off in the middle of a swamp and say, if you make it out, you're good to go.
I mean,
There you go.
But you do know that's the reason they built Leavenworth where they built it back in the 1830s. They figured if the
Oh.
river didn't kill them, the natives would,
Yeah.
or the winters here would kill them.
Yeah.
There's no way if they escaped.
Yeah,
they
there
would
was
get very
nothing
far.
around this area
Yeah.
at all.
So
Well, that's why they built Angola. Angola's right in the middle of the swamp. They barely have any fences up. You go
Yep.
right out, them prisoners escape. They ain't getting out of that swamp.
No.
Good
Yeah,
luck. Aren't you going to chase me? No.
One of the best
We're gonna
things I
film it.
heard when I met Howard was he was talking about making gumbo down there.
I love to make gumbo.
I
I
love
forget
gumbo.
who he was telling one lady in there in the chat
Gumbo,
room
crawfish,
how to make
andouille.
it, and it
Man,
just got
that's-
my stomach to rolling.
Louisiana's about 30% of the reason I'm fat.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
we went
favorite
to
food.
New Orleans. That was the best food we've ever had anywhere.
yeah.
I mean, we didn't have one bad meal.
That's one thing I missed about working on tugboats. The captain and the first mate were from Louisiana.
Oh,
Oh, and you would get your fresh stuff out of the wherever and eat it, huh?
Hmm.
We still got groceries, but they would bring duck, crab, oyster. They'd bring shit that you wouldn't get normally.
mhm.
And they do like one meal on that patrol. We'd sit back for a little longer. No, I didn't get like a good lunch back then. It was work. Got like 10-minute lunches. So I was used, and I've already been used to scarfing food down from the Navy, but those were like 20, 30-minute lunches. I'm sitting over here. You got to get back to work. You got to eat my booty hole because I ain't moving for the next half hour.
Yeah.
Hoss.
I tell you, that's the one thing. When I went my last business trip to Monroe, Oh, they had the stuffed catfish at that restaurant there on the river.
Them there Yankees.
Huh?
Them there Yankees.
Oh, Monroe?
Anybody, anybody pass? I live I live just north of New Orleans, and they have Interstate 12 that runs right there. Anybody that's on the north side of that interstate, them are Yankees. I mean, that
You know what? gonna tell
them
you
boys don't
something.
know how to cook.
You gotta go. He's right. You've got to go to the sketchy, like beat up.
Right.
Looks like it's kind of closed, but it's really open.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where you
That's what we
get fat,
heard.
dumb, and happy.
Yeah.
Because you go up north, it's overpriced. Yeah, it's okay,
That's for
but
the
it's
truth.
not. It's not like what this boy's cooking.
No.
I'll tell you who to ask. I had Tim and Crystal Kohler. They would Things Network, and they do the 13th Dimension, and they came down and they visited, and I cooked them gumbo. I showed them where to get. They had po' boys. They were like, yeah. Then I brought them to where there were real po' boys.
Mhm.
Okay, where the locals eat. And then I got Crystal. She's actually addicted now. We call her the beignet bandit. She loves the beignets.
Uh-huh.
I love my beignets.
She snorts that shit up like crack cocaine, man.
She's
She
not
got that stuff all
addicted.
over
She
her
just
face.
likes the smell.
Oh no, they are so good. I go to Cafe Du Monde every time we're down there, and
There's Cafe Du Monde's all over the place now. They don't just have the little regular store right there in the French Quarter. They're all over the place. So I can go right there about 15 minutes away and go get me a dozen beignets if I want right now.
yeah, the closest place we can get beignets here is called Jazz, and they are excellent. But again, it's a 45 minutes away to go up there. You have to park and walk into this.
Y'all want to know the benefit of all of this?
What?
I'm like 3.5 hours away from him.
That doesn't do me any good.
It doesn't do y'all any good, but it helps me out.
We do.
Where are you from? He's in Texas.
Born and raised in Texas,
Texas.
Yeah.
What
he's
part?
outside of Houston.
Houston.
Okay. Yeah, the closest I've been to Astro World back in the day. That was back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've revamped it. It's
Yeah.
But I go to Lake Charles sometimes. I head out that way, and
Does it still exist? Like Charles?
Lake Charles. Yeah,
I'm
last time I was there, there was abandoned buildings everywhere.
yeah. It's
the hurricane. Really.
hurricane.
This is before the hurricane.
Oh well, I mean they had multiple
Man.
hurricanes that hit there. I know it's
so does he, and he lives in a bowl.
yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, that's what I was doing in the yard today. I'm still going through demolition mode right now from Hurricane Ida. I've had 5 trees that went through that just dropped in my yard. 3 of them fell on top of each other. It was comical the way they did it. First one went through my workshop,
Oh.
and then the second one fell behind that one. That went through my watershed, and then the third one fell, and it fell. When it did, it fell across the power line, which yanked the meter pan completely out of my house.
Wow.
So that I had to do all that. Matter of fact, I lost my workshop, my well shed, my storage shed. So that's what I'm tearing down now. Is my workshop. I had to go through all that equipment. And then I had a tree on top of my house, and that thing was it was sketchy as hell. And then I had one on the other side. It was old water on the other side of the property. It fell over, and I was like, I ain't worried about that one. It didn't do anything. It didn't hurt nobody. So I said, to hell with it. I cut it up and burned it. And that was the next thing. Matter of fact, a lot of people the roads in a lot of places have not been cleared yet down here.
When
Oh.
was that hurricane?
August 29th. It was actually the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. We got Hurricane Ida.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a firm believer that somebody in Louisiana pissed off some deity somewhere, and because you saw how Ida went, it was heading towards Texas, got to our coast and said, "Nah," made a complete turn straight up to y'all.
Yeah.
We
Let's
smell
go
the
down
gumbo.
to Charles again.
It smelled the gumbo. It just said, get on it.
Smell the gumbo.
It smelled the gumbo. That's what it was. Some etouffee. He said, shit, I'm going to get me some etouffee.
That's how I learned how to make a roux from Louisiana.
I tell you what, that's
My parents,
one of the things that
yeah.
That's one of the things I love doing paranormal investigations is for residentials, because what they do, we don't ask for payments. You know, we're doing this for the science of it, and we're doing it for the help, help people. That's what we're doing the paranormal investigations for. And instead of paying us, they just make us food. They just feed us. And we'll have, matter of fact, the last one we did some crawfish etouffee. They fed us 8 crawfish etouffee, and we ate good that night. And, we did another residential this past weekend. The people wasn't home, but they made sure we got po' boys. So,
Carl, I know you want me to have my first investigation with you, but if I get the chance to go down and do one in Louisiana and eat with him, I'm sorry, man. I'm making a 4-hour drive, and I'm going to be fat, dumb, happy, and drunk.
Hey,
Yep.
I'll make the 12-hour drive down there.
we're supposed to be doing some investigating. We're actually teaming up with another paranormal team that's in the next parish over, because we have parishes instead of counties.
Yeah, I know.
They have their name of their team is the Tangipahoa Parish Paranormal Society, TTPS. Oh yeah, TP or something like, I don't know. TPPS, that's it. Then we're supposed to be going up to Mississippi. We're going to be doing a hospital up there. They're talking about doing Hazelhurst. Then there's a couple of residentials and stuff like that. And part of that team, we've invited in Eileen Jones. I don't know if you ever heard of Eileen Jones. She's done the documentary movie with Steve Gonzalez, directed it, from Ghost Hunters, The House in Between. So it's a really good documentary. It shows you a lot of what you expect in the paranormal field when you're investigating a home.
Hi, Dara.
She's about crazy as hell. I love that woman. She's crazy. She's just like me. I don't give a shit. I just go in these houses. You stick me in it's like a tunnel, a dark black tunnel. And people will be freaked out. I'll go.
Yeah.
Put me in that tunnel. Put me in that closet. You know, I've done Myrtles. I've done Green Duff Mansion. I've done the Temple. God, I've been just about everywhere. The next one is I'm waiting for do Waverly Hills. And I'm waiting for Ernie and Denise Pack to bring me on that one.
You did hear that they're under new management, and it's not the same.
I know. That's what. In fact, I know it's Ernie and Denise Pack that used to do all the stuff there for them, and tours and everything. And they actually, it's a sad case. They're trying to take Waverly from the owner, his name is Charlie. I forgot his last name.
Mattingly?
And I think that might be it. He's an old gentleman. He's retired. He was in service and all that. He owns Waverly, and they're trying to steal it from him.
Right. That's what we.
Yeah,
heard.
the historical society is trying to take it.
Yeah, his wife.
And they don't have no business doing that, because what they're going to wind up doing is tearing it down. That's what I see. What they're going to do.
Right.
Yeah, because they were trying to make it into like a bed and breakfast.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I've been to the building. I've been to the road to get up there, but the gate was locked. And I don't know. I just them turning it into a entertainment haunted house
Mhm.
from September through October is stupid. I mean, I've always thought that.
Yeah.
If you want to get any more information about that, you need to go to Pac-Man Paranormal. That's Ernie and Denise Pack. They're great people. I mean, I love them. They're awesome.
Yeah, I just don't have any desire to go there anymore.
No,
Well, that's why, because they're not there anymore.
No, it's
And
not
if you-
because of that. I don't know. Like I said, I just
Well, we also heard they would
Well-
overbook. You know, like
That's the new management. That's the new management.
You could have 9 or 10 different paranormal groups. I know the place is pretty big, but still, I don't want to be there with a couple hundred people.
yeah, I'm not paying $1,000 to share
Yeah, and then
to share my night with people I
Yeah.
don't know.
Right.
and the
So-
prices are ridiculous, and I don't know. We just don't have any desire to go there.
And I mean, and not,
We drive by it all the time.
Yeah, I mean-
we go to Kentucky, but
yeah, I mean, we go to Kentucky all the time.
We're supposed to be doing another investigation in the French Quarter. It's going to be at Voodoo Authentica again. I love Voodoo Authentica. It's very, very active there.
Is that that store?
It's the name of the store is Voodoo Authentica.
Is it the one that's off of Bourbon Street?
They have one that's called, it used to be Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo, and that's right across from Pat O'Brien's.
Okay.
I wouldn't go there. I mean, this is off of Dumaine,
Okay.
yeah,
and It's right close to Central City. It's in the French Quarter, and they're all voodoo priests and priestesses that work there. They can help you. As a matter of fact, that's where I get all my stuff to do blessings and cleansings from. And they also one of the voodoo priests. He is the head vampire of New Orleans. So it's quite.
When we were there, we saw a whole bunch of stuff. Of course, New Orleans is eclectic.
Yeah, we're a big pocket of everything.
There's no city like it in the world.
Right.
You can go, this kind of reminds me of New Orleans, but it doesn't, But New Orleans is great. I love every minute that we're there. And except for the beggars. I don't like the beggars. I have learned how to walk around without a wallet. Yeah. Everything's in my front pocket, and I'm that way. No, they don't ask me for nothing. I have nothing,
Well, if you're walking through Bourbon Street and you go towards the end of it, gentlemen, this is for you. When you get close to what they call St. Anne Street, just make sure you have your hand over your butthole, because that that is the gay side of New Orleans. It's the gay community at that LBGQ, whatever it is. I don't know. Too many freaking alphabets for me to learn, but I'm too old and I'm not learning them. So that's where they go.
Well, I know Ron had a hand grenade when we were downtown.
Yeah, that's good.
That
was real good.
They told him to not start drinking until he was closer to the hotel.
You should drink. You want a good drink that tastes almost like a Kool-Aid. Hawaiian Punch. That's what it almost tastes like. Hawaiian Punch is the Hurricane.
Yeah.
And that thing will just slip up on you and sneak in and get you.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
I love my Hurricanes, and so have you been to Spirits on Bourbon?
I've heard of it. I haven't been there. I'll go to that. When I go through New Orleans, it's usually passing through to go to my daughter's cemetery. Unless I'm doing an investigation.
Well, it's like us. When we go to Vegas, we're not going to the Strip. We're going to see our kids.
Right.
Everybody goes, well, have you been here? And it's like, yeah, but it's been years because the Strip no longer holds any mystical energy for me.
Right.
But there's one venue we were working on, we possibly will be getting, and it hasn't been researched or investigated in quite some time. The last person that actually got in there was Jack Osborne. And before him, there was nobody in there for years.
The LaLaurie Mansion?
The LaLaurie Mansion.
Oh.
Okay, you do that. You let me know, because I remember walking by that place and going.
Yeah, she said something back then.
I said something. This was a long time ago.
She said, yeah, something.
There's something weird there.
Yeah, something's not right here.
And
it's got a lot of dark history there. A lot of dark history.
I want to go there so bad.
And it's closed off to the public. I mean, it's a private residence.
Right.
But 2 blocks over, you can go get you can go get drunk at Jean Lafitte's blacksmith shop, and that's one of probably the hardest bars in the United States, right there.
That's the bar we went to.
No, that's not it. No, this is down
the problem is I can see people getting drunk and being curious about the mansion and being like, yeah, we're just gonna sneak on over.
No, I gotta go to Jean Lafitte's. That was one of the places we didn't get that far when we walked. We were walking with the kids, and you can't take the kids to a bar. But the first time we went, it was just me and him. We went to this Irish bar not on Bourbon Street, but the street.
It was often.
It was off.
Yeah, it is off Bourbon.
Yeah,
they got a lot of bars like that.
Yeah.
Actually, they have a ghost tour that starts at this bar.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So it's a street over from Bourbon.
Supposedly the
not
bar
too far from Canal.
Was haunted by pirates or something, they said?
No, I don't remember.
That's that. Pirate Alley.
It could be that. I don't know. But
there's one right there next to right by Pirates Alley.
Yeah,
from Pat O'Brien's. That they have a haunted history tour. That's what's the name of it. Haunted history. That's owned by Mr. Sidney Smith. He's a close friend of mine. And matter of fact, that's how I learned a lot about the history of New Orleans, walking through his tours. So
Oh,
So I know
it's-
all the ins and outs of that place. I've been there. Matter of fact, they wanted to hire me. Why don't you come and do some tours? No, I don't want to do that. Why I want to walk through it? Man, I barely want to even get up in the morning. You want me to walk a tour? I mean, come on.
Well, you don't have to do it in the morning. That's at night.
It takes quite a large amount of strong coffee to motivate me in the morning.
That's a
Well-
2-hour
Yeah.
walking tour.
Hell no.
That ain't
I'm too fat for that.
well,
Me
that's
too.
me. We used to do the
We're going to be stopping at 4 restaurants on this tour. Yeah, we're going to go tour this place. Bring me food and beer.
Quiet. Howard, do you actually have access to where the cemeteries there in New Orleans? Because I know a lot of them.
A couple of them, yes, I do. Matter of fact, one cemetery we did here in Mandeville, where we was looking for the graves of the in the 1970s. They had back then in the 70s in New Orleans. If you were gay, you didn't do that. That was taboo. Prostitution and everything, that was fine. But if you were gay, you just didn't show that out in public. And now the place is called the Jiminy Club, which has burned down again. But these men, they had a social club upstairs of this residence, and they actually caught the place on fire, and they killed a bunch of these men in there. And the city of New Orleans didn't want a lot of them to be buried there, so they buried them over here. It was almost like a potter's field. They knew who they were, but they just buried them in one big lump grave here and where I live. And we was looking for their grave, and I was with John Doherty. I don't know if you know who John Doherty is.
Mhm.
If you know him, ask him to play that EVP that we got in the cemetery with me. We was just sitting down on a grave, and the top part was in English, but the bottom part was in like Celtic. It was Irish. It was weird language. I've seen it before, but I just couldn't read it. And we sat down next to the grave by the headstone, and because they have like these concrete blocks that go all the way around it. It's blocked off each grave. And so I'm sitting down next to it, and John's sitting down there, and we're talking, and whenever we say something, we clear it up. But we was dead silent, and all of a sudden we heard a voice come over, and it had an accent. That's what got us.
Yeah.
It said, "Get off me grave." And you know what Howard did? Howard got off that grave. Howard got in his car.
That sounded like an Irish accent. I don't think it's Celtic. I think you're probably looking for Gaelic.
But it was a weird accent. It was a weird grave marker and everything. So Howard got the hell out of that place. I've been already had attachments and everything else. I don't need any more. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I would. If you still have it, I would look into Gaelic. That's probably the language you're looking for. Gaelic.
Yep.
So the thing I'm most interested in New Orleans is the Sultan's Palace.
I had a couple of buddies that investigated that place. That's taboo too. You can't go in there and investigate that place. And they went and investigated for a client that was trying to get out of a lease because now they made it into apartments.
Oh.
And so they got her out of the lease with the activity that they captured in there.
Oh, yeah.
Screams and shit like that they got on the EVPs and
we
all
walked
kind of
by
weird
there
stuff.
too. So before we went to New Orleans with the kids, because we had already gone once, just me and him, and we went about 6 weeks before Hurricane Katrina. So, and I had looked up, haunted places in New Orleans, and I just wrote down the addresses. I didn't get the stories or anything like that, but that one just stuck with me, was the Sultan's Palace, because of how many people died in there.
Mm-hmm. They're all butchered in the middle of the night. I mean, everybody. If you was even walking in front of the place, they got you. They took you off the street and killed you.
And I mean,
they killed everybody.
And most of them were African American.
Yep.
And I mean, it is a horrible, horrible story. But I mean, they said that blood was running down the stairs out into the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and when we walked by, I was like, I don't like this place. But I told him, I said, I still want to get in there if I ever could, get in there just to see if it feels as bad inside as it does walking by.
A lot of these places, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the hauntings that you actually come across in New Orleans are on the streets. Okay.
Oh, I know.
What
I've seen
happens? What happens? What happens on the streets, especially in New Orleans, is like murder, murder, murder. Everything's on the streets and murder. We had 2 major fires in New Orleans that burned down the city twice. We had a cholera outbreak that killed a lot of people.
Right.
Man, they had so many people. Well, yellow fever, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they had so many people that died then on the main street where this voodoo shop's at. They stacked the people up in the middle of the street like wood. That's how many people they had. They stacked them as high as they can throw them up there. And it was because it's right next to the river. And they put these people on barges and they put them out in the Gulf. So they sunk them.
Alligator
rid of-
bait.
Alrighty, I just read Into the Sultan's Palace. Holy shit, that place is all sorts of jacked up. Because it wasn't a sultan, it was the sultan's brother who stole
They pretending.
all the women and possessions from the sultan. The sultan hired hired assassins.
Yep.
The assassins went in and murdered everybody, women, children, men, anybody around. Anything that was alive in there was no longer alive.
That's what I'm saying. They
saw,
snatched them off the street.
blood was seeping down the walls to the floor and into the courtyard.
Yep.
Well, if you're not familiar, read. If you're not familiar, read the LaLaurie Mansion and what Madame LaLaurie did.
It's
That bitch was crazy.
LaLurie Mansion.
Cameron's real good at typing real quick while we do
Well,
the
that's why I
show.
was
He's
telling
always,
everyone.
and he's our skeptic turning to believer.
I went to a cemetery out in Bogalusa, which Bogalusa seems to be a new hot spot for us because of the sawmill. They had massive riots out there. They had the union was trying to come in and take over, and they sent thugs out to people's houses. And they were killing people in their houses and stuff like that. But the cemeteries out there are crazy, infamous for activity. We went north of Bogalusa to a place. It was out in the middle of the sticks. I mean, we had to take almost like a logger trail to get to it. But the cemetery was in pristine shape. It had a chain link fence around it and everything. And they must have been about maybe 75 to 100 graves in that place. And every one of those graves, 95% were children 1 or under.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Say that again. I was reading.
Yeah.
It's called the Devil's Woodyard.
Mm.
People would go out there and commit suicide out by this place. And
Well,
that's why
maybe they committed suicide there because their kids were there.
The dates on the graves dated back. A lot of them dated back to the 1800s
Mm.
and the early 1900s. So I mean, I don't know what was going on. Why so many children? So many infants?
Yeah, but somebody really gave a shit to put up a fence and keep it in good shape.
And that's where I got one of my attachments from. It was a woman, about 35 years old. She attached herself to me, and she was hurting me bad. And it took 5 days to get rid of her, and I had to get a Catholic priest to actually anoint me to get rid of it. I've had Reiki masters, I had a shaman, I had I had a bunch of mediums.
Sometimes you just have to go with your religion as opposed to all this other stuff. Sometimes religion is the best way to go. I mean, I'm Native American on both Blackfoot and Cherokee.
I married a Cherokee once.
Was it good?
I did. I married her. We stayed married for 2 years.
Sometimes we're hard to get along with. I don't know.
That's true.
We stayed married for 2 years.
So
She was from Oklahoma.
that too. Yeah.
The okay. How is your state gonna just be okay?
It's okay.
That's the worst. Like, you have "don't mess with Texas." You've got all these other phrases and crap, and we're the okay state. We're just okay. Okay.
No, they're telling the truth. They're just okay.
It's not a great place to live. It's just okay.
It's just okay.
But
I love
it's
the
the only
secondhand Walmart.
it's the only state that has legal Bigfoot hunting.
That's why I will
love-
never visit it.
I love all the secondhand Walmarts in Oklahoma.
Secondhand Walmarts?
They got a lot of them. They do. I never seen that before. They said, y'all want to go see the secondhand Walmart? I said, yeah. What is a secondhand Walmart? We passed out there. There must have been
Dollar
about,
General?
no, it's actually about 5 or 6 dumpsters that are together, and they chain linked it off, and people driving it, dump stuff off, and there's people behind them shopping.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
They called it the secondhand Walmart.
yeah, that's true.
so
Yeah.
one person's junk is another person's treasure.
Exactly right.
That's
So-
exactly right.
Yeah, if
I've
only
never
somebody
seen that
would be
before.
willing to throw away $100,000 in a Barrett 50 cal.
Now, Howard, what all do you? I know you're a demonologist, right? I've heard you talk
Ordained
about
minister.
that. Huh?
He's an ordained minister.
Yeah, ordained minister. So with your demonology, that comes into helping the people. Do they call you up? Do you go to do talk shows? What do you do?
I do everything with it. For something with someone who, as for an investigation, someone would usually call me up. The first thing they'll tell me, I got the devil living in my house. I said, well, give your wife some money and send her out and go get some groceries and take care of the devil. But
Stop that growling, huh?
that's right. All that's the demon. Thank you.
So, do you feel that demons are as rare, or do you think that they're common?
They're rare.
Okay.
They're very rare. I've barely seen. I mean, I might have seen 1, possibly 2 cases of it. But matter of fact, my mentor, who I go to if I have a problem with any cases that I have that's demonic, and I'll ask questions about, is Carl Johnson.
Yeah.
He's
a nice guy.
Oh, he's awesome. He's my man. I can call him day or night. He's there for me 100%. He matter of fact, last Mardi Gras sent him some beads and stuff like that, so he was really into that.
Did he ask you how you got them? No.
I did. I rubbed my nipple like that.
Somebody has to buy them.
Just can't burn them all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not shy now. I will. Yeah, I'll flash. I mean, I don't care. If it gets me some beads, I'm getting me some. But I'm too old to be doing all. I've been going to Mardi Gras since before I was even born. I was in my mama. She was pregnant with me, and she went to Mardi Gras, and I was there. So I mean, I've been in Mardi Gras parades all my life. So it gets old after a while.
Yeah. I've never been to a Mardi Gras parade, but again, I've been on Bourbon Street, and I know I don't want to be there during Mardi Gras.
I do.
No, you
Now,
don't want to pay the hotel fee.
No.
You have the Mardi Gras that you see on television and stuff like that. You got the beads and all that stuff, but that's not a traditional coon-ass Mardi Gras.
No.
Mm-mm.
If you want to see that, you had to go like to Appaloosa or something like that, where a lot of Cajuns are. And with a Mardi Gras for Cajuns, they get on horseback and they dress in masks and costumes, and they go from house to house begging for money. They beg for food, anything, and they could possibly get. For what they do is have a community cook-off,
So it's like adult trick or treat.
Well, yeah, that's basically what it is, but it's not that simple. They go around and they beg for the money, whatever. And at the end when they got everything that they need, they usually cook a big jambalaya or something like that for everybody, for the whole community to go in and eat for free. But if you don't give them anything, they will kidnap one of your kids or your spouse or somebody, and they'll hold them for ransom. And so you give them some, you give them some money,
The thing is it's for charity.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
It's just a hostile charity.
Well, yeah, I would know, but
Give us this. No. Give us
Hey.
this. Shit. Fine.
but if it
Good way
grabs
to get
your
rid
wife
of your
and you
kid.
may want her gone for a while, and say keep her.
Yeah.
True. Or if you're the husband and you just want to get out of the house.
Right.
Sorry, honey, I got kidnapped.
Oh, they're
That's right.
drinking
Let's
now.
go,
Don't get me wrong,
boys.
these boys are drunk. They are drunk. They get up there. Then you have one guy he's in charge of all these other guys, and he's like what they call he's like the herder. And these guys he herds them. And if he doesn't do that, then they go crazy. They'll just steal anything. But he keeps them in line. He keeps them in check. And then, of course, like I said, they are drinking on horseback. So
That's
they
good
are drunk.
comedy.
They stand on their horses and all kinds of stuff. I mean, these guys are good. But that's a true Mardi Gras. That's a true Cajun Mardi
Well,
Gras.
then I'd like to see that. The parade
That would be
stuff
fun to see.
doesn't mean
I tell you, you can Google it. You can actually Google it. Cajun Mardi Gras, where they do it in these horseback and how they go from house to house and stuff. They'll creep along your house. They look like they're sneaking in a sniper or something, just creeping into your yard, you know?
those ring cameras that'll work out on during Mardi Gras now that everybody's got ring cameras. You know, think about that. Get all that ring footage put together. All these.
I tell you, what happens at Mardi Gras stays at Mardi Gras. You just don't. Because, I mean, one year I'm going to be honest with you, I was an alcoholic for 24 years. And I've been sober since 2010. So, I mean.
Good job.
So,
Good.
But when I was younger, I married a transvestite on Mardi Gras. I gave him a ring pop. That was our wedding.
Oh.
I didn't know. I was drunk. I didn't care. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, she looked good. Shim looked good to me.
What's her name? Lola?
He's like, man, I have never
You
even done that.
You didn't notice.
Not been that bad.
You didn't notice the.
The Adam's apple? No, because Shim had a necklace. I mean, the thing on. I mean, Shim was good looking,
Okay.
but I had my beer goggles on too. So I mean,
Right.
Right.
You look standing with beer goggles. I know.
but at the end of the day,
Next
Mardi Gras,
morning,
that's
right?
it. The marriage is over. You know, it's null and voided. And then me being a Catholic, I just go the next day to Ash Wednesday and just get that wiped away. So it's all good.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't want to know about the honeymoon.
There was
don't
no
either.
honeymoon. There was no honeymoon.
So, your traditional Mardi Gras brought up a funny tidbit of information. I know it's called the skeletal Welsh horse. You must beat in a battle of rhymes, and if you fail to beat the horse, you have to invite them in, and they will drink and eat everything you have.
What happens if you decline?
No, they gonna beat you. They're coming. That's why you have to be good at rhymes. It's basically a rap battle to keep your groceries.
So don't go grocery shopping.
No,
Right.
Mardi Gras. Go
Not
after
before-
it.
Pack of cheese, and there you go, buddy. Get on down the road.
Oh,
Oh,
somebody
But that's how
asked
they do it.
a question. They said, "So do they chase the chicken at a traditional Cajun Mardi Gras?"
Yeah.
There you go, Chad. That's a true story.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said he got it on YouTube there.
That's for the jambalaya.
Oh.
The chicken goes in the jambalaya.
Chicken goes in the jambalaya.
So when you make jambalaya, what do you put in it?
I put sausage, ham, chicken. That's three of my main meats that I usually put in.
I usually put in a little bit of turkey smoked sausage. We don't eat pork, so finding the right kind of meat is hard. I like it with shrimp and sausage.
but bacon.
Huh?
I never tried it with bacon.
I don't eat bacon.
Right, but why? Bacon's amazing.
I eat duck bacon.
Duck bacon,
And
turkey bacon.
Duck bacon is great.
I eat real bacon. I eat it from a pig.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, we got our gallbladders out, and since we got our gallbladders out, pork
Right.
just makes us sick.
We cannot eat.
Oh,
Right.
So
that's so depressing. Like
it is, and I love.
No, but you ain't got to eat it. Just chew that shit and spit it out.
I would do that before I cut bacon out of my like. Just give it here. I'll deal with the consequences later.
That's right.
Like I
Chew
said,
it up
that's
real
why-
good and go boom.
That's why we
Oh.
got duck bacon, because it's so much better than turkey bacon. Turkey bacon doesn't even taste like bacon.
Turkey bacon is nasty.
I've had turkey bacon and I've had fake bacon, and it is.
Oh, I don't eat
I-
the fake.
Oh, you can't tell the difference,
No, you
bro.
can't.
It looks like plastic.
Yeah.
Now we got this place up the road that sells beef bacon.
Ooh.
It's good.
So I'm going to be getting some of that. They were out the last time I went, but right now
I
they got,
wonder why.
So you can't eat boudin.
Oh.
no, not unless it's made with beef, chicken.
It's made with pork. It does have some pork in it. It has liver, rice is the main ingredients, beef. It's
Yeah.
all ground together.
I love boudin. Yeah, I hate liver, but I love boudin.
Boudin balls. You got the big boudin balls now. You can fry them up. Oh, those things. Whew,
Mm. That sounds good. Oh, God,
makes you
that
want to
sounds
just
good.
slap your mama. Which I got some of that stuff too. You got some That's the whole thing about New Orleans. You have to have the right seasonings too.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I like Tony Chachery's with Old Bay seasoning.
No.
Oh, remember, I'm from Baltimore.
No.
I'm from
No.
Baltimore. I have to have Old Bay. And
People ask me why I like spicy food so much. I refer to this gentleman down here.
Yes.
so
I
when
like
get-
Zatarain's.
But the thing is it has MSG.
Is that? Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
MSG is delicious.
I'm allergic. I'm sorry. So that's why I get what I get. And but again, White House is another seafood seasoning from Maryland that's supposed to be better than Old Bay. But again, like I said, it's what I grew up with. It's what I know.
I eat about anything that don't eat me. So,
I'll eat anything even if it tries to eat me.
all right.
I'll eat anything except possum.
Fair enough.
Possum's
I won't
horrible.
eat possums. They carry leprosy.
Yeah.
They eat dead people. No.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that one. But I'm
Groundhog.
more.
Groundhog's not very good either. I
No,
don't like
I
groundhog.
ain't tried the groundhog yet.
no.
I'm
Like-
surprised with y'all having the Roadkill Cafe.
I loves the Roadkill Cafe.
The thing is, the bad part is my grandmother, I lived in Patterson, New Jersey, okay, at this time. My grandmother saw a groundhog in our backyard, caught it, and we had it for dinner that night. This is back in 1973.
That sounds like a plan.
Caught it.
We caught it.
Hey, Howard,
Some things you don't want to catch. You want to kill them first.
you
caught
seen
it.
that video with the groundhogs versus the 50 cal?
Yeah.
If you're anything like me, you need to find that video.
My
It
grandma
was
tough.
bad. It's just, you want to talk about pink mist?
Yeah.
Now you want to talk
Bad.
about good pastries in the city? You don't eat Cajun pastries. No, we don't do that. We eat Italian pastries. Everything's Italian. Italian bakeries.
Oh,
Love Italian bakery. Oh, that is
Yeah.
delicious.
Got to have that.
We got some Parisian that just opened up in Kansas City. I have no clue.
Want to be the paranormal show without Gunny.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
let me
right.
see.
Gunny got to jump in. We had the cat earlier.
Yeah, our cat took over the show for a while.
Yeah.
So, Howard, would you like to be on my show sometime?
Sure.
There's a couple stipulations. We can't cuss.
Which is why I'm not allowed.
Damn shit in hell is all we're allowed to say because Kat doesn't like to. She doesn't like to edit the video.
So I had to put on my Paranormal Swamp talk show
Yeah.
host instead of my
Yeah.
Petri dish.
Yeah.
Because I'll be talking some shit in that show, boy.
Yes, I know. Like I said, Adrian warned us when she was on my
Adrian,
Yeah, she was on
I
my
love
show
Adrian.
last week.
I love Adrian. She's talking about me. She loves me.
Yeah,
Yes, she does.
she was telling me about her move to Colorado and all that, and so she's about 5 hours from here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's Adrian. Adrian, she's in love with me.
not 5
I
hours.
had to break her down slowly. I had to tell her, no, baby, it's not going to work.
Like 5 hours.
I love Adrian. Oh, she's on my show, The Petri Dish.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay.
Who's
Okay.
all on your show? Who's all on the Petri dish?
It's myself. We have Nick Muley, who is a
Yeah.
cryptic Einstein. I mean, anything cryptic that boy knows.
He knows a lot of stuff.
It's all in his head.
And then I have Adrian Hart, and then I have Jeremy York,
Yep.
the owner of Things.
Yep, we've known Nick for quite a while.
Yeah, Nick's the
Nick's
one that
awesome.
invited me over on Things Network and everything. So yeah, we all
Nick
know
is
Nick
awesome.
very well.
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
a very
good kid, real good kid.
I remember when I first met him, how enthusiastic he was,
Oh my gosh.
and so open and honest. You can't.
Well, I got him into podcasting actually because he sent me a Christmas card and I didn't know who it was. And he sent me, and I looked him up and he said he looks forward to working with me in the future and stuff like that. So I looked into him a little bit and I said, yeah, he seems like a nice guy. And, everybody said, I talked to him, I was screening him. They said he's autistic. He's autistic. I said, so?
Yeah, what's that got to do with anything?
Yeah,
Right.
I ain't got nothing to
You
do with
are an
anything.
autistic child, so you know.
So that's exactly right. That's why I gave him
not
the
holding back.
chance to come on and do what he does.
Right.
And he was so excited and so enthused about it.
He
I
is.
mean,
Uh-huh.
Everything. Paranormal, Bigfoot,
everything.
anything.
He just soaks it all in, and he keeps it all. And
Well, he's got a new nickname. He used to be Gorilla Glue Boy. I don't know if you've seen that, but now he's known as Nick of the Corn.
yeah,
Yeah, Nick of the Corn.
Yeah, and that was from the Petri dish. We did a show,
Yeah,
a whole show about corn.
well,
My mind went to Children of the Corn. I'm like,
well, Nick,
Well-
he
does,
can't have gotten this nickname in a good way.
Nick
No, it
reads a
wasn't
lot
good.
of horror
Yeah.
stories.
He's deep
Yeah,
into
he's
horror
got the
movies.
boy sport.
and the thing is you know what's funny? You say that. One of the teachers here at the school was in Children of the Corn. He was a child when they filmed that film, and he was in it.
See,
Okay.
you should never tell me that, because if I find out you're one of the Children of the Corn, I'm going to either avoid you or bury you in the cornfield.
Never did see the movie.
I never saw the movie either.
Those
Oh,
were
it's a
some
good
creepy.
movie. I see
Those
it.
were some creepy little bastards.
But again,
They were.
the thing is I don't watch horror movies.
I'm addicted.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of horror movies.
I just don't
I
like
laugh.
I don't
think
like
they're
them.
funny. They're
I don't know,
comedies.
but they got that new one coming out. That new Matrix. I can't wait for that new Matrix movie to come out.
Is that a horror movie?
No, it's the Matrix with
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves. I don't know if you
yeah.
ever seen that.
Nope.
Oh,
never
it's
seen
got
it.
the fourth one coming out. Yeah.
Never seen any of them.
I know Keanu Reeves is a really nice guy though.
Oh yeah.
So that's we don't go to the movies.
Nah,
Not our
I wait for him to come out on Hulu.
type of movie.
The
Yeah,
kind of
please.
movies that we go to see are like
Usually
Soul
comedies or-
Survivor was one of them.
Lone Survivor.
Lone Survivor. And 1408. I had to go see 1408 and I had
Cusack.
The Raven. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been stalking John Cusack my whole life.
Yeah.
I got to meet him
John, run.
Recently.
until I met him.
Oh.
And he was
It
very very political.
It went quick.
Yeah, I was, as a kid, you were
Yeah,
in the
what
Power
they call
Rangers and stuff.
Class A-hole.
Yeah. I was maybe 14 years old working out. Parents would drop me off at the gym, and I was a huge Power Rangers fan growing up. Met the Green Power Ranger, who has his own martial arts studio here in Texas, in Houston.
Mhm.
And I was super excited to see him. Starstruck. We're like, holy crap, I know who you are. And he told a 14-year-old F off.
Wow.
All right. You're a dick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So basically, what happened was John Cusack got very. I asked him some questions. I had my picture taken with him, but he got very political and going off on the president at the time. And it's like, this is not the place. You don't get political at Comic-Con,
No.
even though 99% of the people at Comic-Con agreed with him. I mean, I was, me and Crystal, we were there. I went with Crystal, my cousin, April's sister, and we had a good time. It's just I didn't fit in with the people there.
No.
No, it's like going to Whole Foods on steroids.
Right.
So Needless to say, I don't fit in at Whole Foods either, but I do like some of the stuff they have at Whole Foods.
I like going
I
to
don't
Comic
understand,
Cons.
Louisa.
I love anime conventions and stuff like that. Even in any outfit, uniform, whatever you put me in, I still stand out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you're
you-
big.
Because the majority of people that go are these itty bitty little guys, kids, these skinny ass women, and then there's a walking refrigerator that comes through that looks like a living Sasquatch. You're like, he's gonna hurt me. No, I'm not. Not unless you give me a reason to. And I
Right.
did actually slap the crap out of somebody at one of these conventions. Forgot about that.
That sounds like my boy Tim Kohler. He's like 6'3", 6'4", and big guy. He's got a 15-inch shoe that he wears. He's
Oh,
a big guy. And then you talk to him, nicest guy in the world, man. He's down to earth. Matter of fact, he's like he is my brother. I mean, we share the same brain. It's like one day he has it, the next day I have it. Today he has it because he's doing
I gotta
something.
find who's borrowing mine. Shit, you need to return that or give me a
man.
refund.
Yours is still at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
You're waiting on it.
So Howard, how did you get hooked up with Things Network?
How did I get? I started out with Pun TV, the Paranormal United Network. Stephen Woodard I'm gonna tell you, he's one of the greatest guys I know. He's a good guy. It was an honor. Actually, he found me, or he found one of my. I did 3 podcast shows, and on my third one, my second one, he contacted me and said, "I'd love to have you with Pun TV." I said, "All right, that'll work." And I was excited about it and everything. I'm going to be in a network now. I'm going to be in a network. Did that for about a year, and then some things happened at Salina, Kansas, at Fear Fest, and I wound up. It wasn't nothing in a bad way, but I went ahead and stated what I had to say about the whole ordeal about it. But I left Pun TV, and at that time, I didn't have anybody until Jeremy. I worked with Jeremy, and I know Jeremy. I'm friends with everybody at Things, and they said we're starting our own network. So I said that's cool, and they said you're more than welcome to join us. I said I'm in. So I needed a network, so that's where I've been since. But I'm thinking about doing some work for Steven. I put it out there to Steven. If he wants me to come back and, I could start another show for Pun and work with Pun, I'll be more than glad to do that for him.
Right.
And because like I said, he's a good man. He is. So that's how I became a member of the Things Network. I was invited by Jeremy and Crystal and all those guys. Matter of fact, I was like one of the first shows that they had signed up for.
Right. Yeah, I know everybody. I've met most of the people and watched most of the shows over on Things Network, and got to meet Jeremy and Crystal and Tim and Scotty, you, everybody over there. We had a good private meeting together a couple of times, and it's a great network to start with. And I'm so glad they invited us over. It's been pretty good. Like
Everybody
I
has
said,
to work together. I mean, that everybody preaches this para-unity stuff, and
right.
Nobody lives it.
Right.
well, I don't believe in the para-unity. I don't. I believe in para-family, where we're all one big family, and
Right.
we should take care of each other. We shouldn't be doing all this fighting and bickering and everything else that one person doesn't like this person for some reason or whatever.
Right.
We talked about that on my show last night as well. So
Yeah. Well, and it's a para-family, just like you said, but it's combined. When we joined over there, the Paranormal Nation Radio, you're also combined with the Bill of Rights Network, along with three other shows that were live on their Facebooks. We're live on 8 different ones right now and everything. So that's what I told Jeremy whenever we talked that first time and stuff, about the Bill of Rights Network, that we'd be on both networks back and forth, and nobody had a problem with that. And I was like, that's what I like to hear. Nobody's trying to fight this network. Nobody's trying to fight that network. or back and forth.
And then you add me in here, and I'm on an entirely different network.
Oh
too.
yeah, you're on an entirely different platform.
You're here.
network.
You're here enough. You're a part of Things and Bill Rights now.
Yes, I'm part of all kinds of things.
Oh, she's part of everything.
Well,
Because
if you want, Things is the type of network where you can stay with the network you're with, but if you want to broadcast, so just another platform to broadcast from,
yeah,
you're welcome
exactly.
to come aboard.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's, everybody brings a show over. You bring different people over. Just like I've got several people in the chat room over here that probably hasn't been over to Things Network and listened to any of the other shows. I've got it running across the bottom. Go check out Things Network on Facebook. One thing we got to do over on the Facebook page, on our show host page,
Mhm.
we've got the schedule. It's not on the regular Things Network Facebook page. So nobody knows when the shows are.
So you got to broadcast that, put that out there so we know what to look for.
Right. So I'll get a hold of Jeremy and see what we can do about that. But we got to get it over on the regular Things Facebook
Yeah, because he should be back this week. I talked to him the other day, and he should be back. Matter of fact, I talked to him Saturday night. And,
yeah, he was on a show the other night and said he was back.
Yeah.
So, but
and there was another show. I do help create shows. I am I guess a producer now too. I guess I don't know. I do everything. I don't know. I get bored. I'm always doing something. I got these 4 women. The name of the show, I came up with the whole concept for it. It's 4 women that come on there. It's a podcast show, and they talk about the paranormal. And it's called Hey Boo.
Yeah.
Hey Boo. And it comes on Sunday, but it's about paranormal. So it's Boo as in ghost. So Hey Boo.
Mhm.
So they come on, and sometimes they can get kind of trash and raunchy like a petri dish, but it's good to see these women get on there and just go at it. I just love it.
Who
And one of them is my fiance.
Who are the ladies that are on it?
You have Rosie Page, who is also with Night Terror Collective out there in Oklahoma. She's also does a show called The Spectral Sailor, and she does a show with me, the Paranormal Swamp Talk. You have Miss Crystal Kohler. She's with the 13th. She's actually the second in command, second person that's in charge of the Things Network. She is with the 13th Emission, and she's also with us on the Paranormal Swamp Talk. Then you have Miss Eileen Jones, who's with Backroads Paranormal. I tease her because I keep wanting to say backdoor.
That's a whole different problem.
No. So I say, yeah, you backdoor paranormal. No, I'm backroads. That's whatever. But she's on the show, and my fiance, Jacqueline Crossland, she's on the show, and she's an investigator. This is her first time doing any type of shows and anything. So I just said, well, you want to get on the show? There you go. You're on the show with women now. Y'all talk shit.
Right.
How you steal your man's paranormal equipment, their wallets and stuff like that. They all talk about crazy stuff. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up on our time and everything because there's a show right after this show on Things Network. So we run it for 2 hours over there. So, Howard, plug where your shows are at, time frames.
sure. I have the Paranormal Swamp Talk. That's on Wednesdays, 8 Central. And that's on Things and the Paranormal Swamp Investigations and Paranormal Swamp Talk pages, also on YouTube. Then I have the Petri Dish that comes on Thursday nights. It's on 7 o'clock, and that's going to be on the same networks. And then the Power Informant, which comes on Saturdays at 12 o'clock. And then that's for about an hour and a half. And that comes on Saturdays at 12 o'clock Central Time, and that's on the Things Network.
Cool. Denise, let them know where they can find your show at.
You can find me on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central at WBHM-DB.com. My guest this Monday night is Reverend Shay Moyers from here in Kansas City. So it'll be an interesting talk. So check it out if you got a time. If not, check out the replays, same place, WBHM-DB.com.
Right. Cameron, tell them where they can find your show and mine.
Obviously, you can catch us here on the Bill of Rights Network and Things Network for Paranormal Nation Radio Not So Normal. You can also catch myself and Carl on the Bill of Rights Network for the Second Amendment Ranch, Fridays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Fridays.
So, are you
Right.
changing that date anytime or day anytime soon?
We're
This
going
Friday.
this Friday.
It helps him out.
We moved to we moved
I know. I'm
around.
just giving you crap.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing what you doing, taking long holidays and sabbaticals from doing shows. I'm gonna turn it into a once a year show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So again, everybody, thank you for listening to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. I'm Carl.
I'm Cameron.
Denise and Ron.
And I'm the aquatic demonologist.
That's right. So catch us next Tuesday night at the same time, 5 p.m. Central Time, and we will see you all then. Have a great